welcome back, everyone, to... at this point, we're just dubbing it the Pirate Campaign. Who knows what its name was anymore? I don't.
It's right there in the Discord
I'm
title.
aware. I was shooting the shit, thank you.
Oh, okay.
In our last session, we completed our training, at least our basic training, to becoming full-fledged free captains and sailors. Everyone taking different turns in the different ship roles, cook's mate, learning rigging and swabbing tasks, all of sort of the menial things that need to be done that you'll need to know for when you run the ship, because you'll need to make sure everything's getting done right. And how can you make sure it's getting done right if you don't know how to do it? Following that, you all began to directly apprentice under some of the officers of the ship, wanting to learn a bit more of the specialized role they have on the ship. And I mean, this is your ship, so they have been taken happily to training you, teaching you, and making you ready to one day sail either still with them or alongside them. All of this happy journey, unfortunately, cut slightly short by a ship on the horizon sailing straight towards you. In the early morning, you all recognized the ship known as the Daemon's Vengeance, belonging to the Grey Claw Pirates. Some of you having a bit of a sordid history with the Grey Claws at this point, them being the first foes you faced together way back after you first met, managed to fight them off, though they took the life of one of the companions that was traveling alongside you at that point in time. So certain that you have some knowledge of the treasure of the Devil's Tide, it seems they've now taken the opportunity at sea with a slightly bigger ship than you to come calling. With a bit of cannon fire and preparation in before the boarding could occur, you did manage to rake their deck, injure a number of their regular sailors, and you yourselves stayed in relatively good condition. As the boats drew alongside one another, a few planks were laid out, ropes and grappling hooks sent, and the melee began, with numerous members of the Grey Claw crew swarming towards your ship as Akhliji hopped aboard their deck, swinging with wild abandon, pushing a few of them into the water below as Kin and Alistair blasted with magic and crossbows, before also casting grease on one of the one of the boards crossing in order to make it much more difficult. At this point in the fight, most of the regular crew has been defeated on the Daemon's Vengeance. Some of the officers of your ship sort of mopping up what remains of them. There's really one crew member still engaged with Akhliji, and the first mate and captain themselves remaining. The were-crocodile by the name of Ragnarok Mudhide has made his way onto your deck and is currently engaged physically with Alistair and Kin. And the captain, Lisbeth Greyclaw herself, has taken her leisurely time over here, downing what appeared to be a couple of vials on her way, to which her skin now appears hard as a rock, mist exuding from the cracks in it, as the large metal claw in one hand stands ready, and the cutlass in her other hand appears to be wrapped almost in some sort of coil that is causing electrical sparks to run along the blade. We are coming back in here at the top of round 4 today, starting off with Yukin.
Okay. Sorry, just looking what everyone can do.
Yeah. Most of you are still on pretty solid health thresholds. No healing magic has been used as of yet to keep yourselves up. So everything's looking pretty good.
Mr. Jericho,
Mm-hmm.
I know I was not here last session. It looks like someone slotted some spells for me and has cast a few of them. Am I keeping those spells?
No. Go ahead and set yourself to full. You did not participate in the fight up until now. So I think that
Perfect.
is just following the beach experience.
Okay, I'm gonna let him pick or pick before I
Okay.
decide what to do.
Sounds good.
Great. Crossbow is out of bullets.
Like out or just unloaded?
The magazine is I've
Oh.
unloaded.
Ah.
And do I have Tiki back? Has it been
Yeah.
a long enough period that I have Tiki back?
Yeah, you woke up the next morning and Tiki was there.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Thank you.
All right. Looks like some heals, some thunder strikes, and some hydraulic pushes prepared.
All good?
Okay, this is gonna be a risk, but I'm gonna do it.
That's what we like to hear.
It's not what I
Mainly
like.
because this guy has good fort, I think. But I'm gonna use my bonded item
Okay.
to get back my spell that I used to power up my staff this morning and get back leaden steps,
Hmm.
which I have prepared at second rank, so it is heightened. And I'm gonna cast it on him.
Okay.
And I believe he doesn't have AOs or reactive strike, or at least he's not used it if he has it. So
You've not seen one out of him, no. All right. A fortitude save from him. That is a failure on his part.
holy shit!
So he is
All right,
going
he's
to.
encumbered, and he is weak to electricity too.
All right. So
And I say hit him with lightning.
bit of clumsy, bit of weakness, as long as you sustain the spell. Fantastic.
And then I will be a brave boy and cast shield on myself and not get out of melee. We'll see what happens.
Okay. We shall see how that goes because we are up to his turn.
Ballsy, Captain.
Definitely, like, instantly weighed down as your magic slams into him. He turns and growls out towards you with anger. And see, he does have, like, a hatchet in one hand still, and his jaws and tail both look quite dangerous. I believe he wants to. His jaws are his most dangerous weapon here, so he probably starts out with those. I am going to keep it fair. You did just cast magic on him, but Alistair just recently exploded. And he did not like that either. So I'm going to leave it to a flat roll of the dice who he target prioritizes here. Alistair, you're up first.
All right.
As the sort of weight down hits him, he glances over his shoulder but turns, bares his fangs, and just leaps forward to bite towards you real quick.
No. Don't do it.
I don't think a 17 hits, though. Which is very, very unfortunate, and I don't like to hear that. So, he's gonna go for one more. He really wants to be able to thrash you about in his maw. And go for one more bite towards you.
Oh no.
And there's the nat 20.
Ah, shit.
A relatively average roll. Alistair's going to deal 24 points of piercing damage to you. And he is going to attempt to grab you with his last action in his jaws.
Oh, yeah.
Which
yep.
is a success. All right. As you explode, he gets weighed down heavier, but that just almost makes him... his jaws more powerful as they bite into you, crushing through your armor.
Ow.
That is going to bring us over to Ecclesi.
Okay. Ecclesi is going to ask that you unpause the game.
Absolutely not. How dare you ask such a thing of me?
And then Ecclesi is gonna go ahead and think about things here for a moment.
Ecclesi thinking? Someone note the time and date.
Damn.
Okay, I guess she'll just go ahead and do a tumble through here.
Yeah. Absolutely. Get behind this person, get some panache. Easy enough to do. You are more than used to the rolling deck of a ship at this point.
The captain, she's got melee going on, looks like.
Looks like it. She's got that nasty looking claw and a cutlass.
Okay, then I'll kind of tumble through, but kind of end up over here.
Sure.
And then... I'll go for a feint.
Okay.
Do I care about... Okay. Yes, because I want to kill her ASAP so I can get back to my friends. So I'm gonna be aggressive here. Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Absolutely going to be off guard to your blow.
Okay.
You sort of tumble through and then immediately pivot back around to almost where you were, spinning them in place.
Yep. And here we go. And here we hero point.
We want them dead. That plus 10 is going to make it a crit.
Okay. Die.
Strange is the world in which they survive a blow such as that. As the final regular pirate falls, leaving just the two important figures.
Yep, so that's tumble, feint, strike.
All right.
Please, no, please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You are 25 feet away.
I'm sorry.
Alistair is 40 feet away. She is... Yeah, she is going to stride to right about here, getting right in the middle of everything, getting this sort of imperious look on her face as she just looks over derisively towards you, Ecclesi, as you cut down her last crew member, points her cutlass at you. You see the electricity sort of sparking along the blade, and she just swipes it in the direction of your ship. And as she does so, electricity courses outwards, jolting towards both you and Kin, as she is going to cast Electric Arc.
Okay.
So, Kin and Ecclesia, if I can get reflex saves from the both of you, please.
Certainly.
I love this little add-in, who the spell is known by.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cute add-in. I like
Uh-oh.
that.
Not a success. Nor is a 19.
Hmm.
Oh. That is going to be... Ba-ba-da-ba-bum. A mild 5 points of electricity damage into both of you, just as it sweeps clear across the deck and injures both of you. But her cutlass, you can see at this point the electricity has sort of grown stronger, arcing down her blade. It looks all the more deadly at the moment. But that's simply going to do it for her turn, bringing us to River. Would you like some healing, Ken?
Alistair or I.
Oh, yeah, Alistair needs some also. Sorry, Ken, we're going to have to give you one round
Yeah,
off.
heal Alistair. Heal Alistair.
Alistair, we're going to give you a 2-action heal here. For 21.
Heal him better.
health back.
Heal him better. No.
Not
Okay,
amazing,
that's a little better.
but not the worst. And in preparation of being able to do things later, River, I think, is going to stride a bit closer just to get in melee reach of you, Kin. So there could potentially be a 2-action and a 1-action if necessary. Drow, you're up.
Okay. I don't know what I want to do for my third action, but I know what my first two are.
Would it be perhaps cast a spell?
Oh, maybe.
I know you so well.
Going to rank 1 Thunderstrike on
Okay.
what's his tits? Him.
The were crocodile?
Person. Yeah, that one. Person McMahon face.
Alrighty.
Is he wearing metal armor?
Because he is encumbered right now from the leaden, that is a critical failure. He is not
also
wearing
has-
metal armor. He's wearing leather.
He also got that 2 weakness to electricity.
He has a weakness 3 because it was upcast at a 2nd rank spell.
Oh, I'm so wrong. Anyway, he takes fucking
14
large
total
number of damage.
Yeah, as a bolt
Doubled.
of lightning.
He crit failed. Didn't he crit fail?
Oh, he did
He did crit.
indeed. Thank you for
He
that
did.
reminder. Yeah, basic reflex, double on the crit fail. 25 damage.
Just right into his dome. And
You sure you want to hit him in
then...
the top of the head, considering he's holding on to Alistair right now with his mouth?
Oh, okay, you needed to specify his mouth. No, just right through his stomach.
Okay, yeah.
And then I will turn towards the captain.
Sure.
I will look at her. I will simply say, 3 down, 1 to go. And I would need a diplomacy check as I am bon mowing her.
Getting the bon mow off. Fantastic. You are exactly 30 feet away.
Oh, I rolled this check. Never
Yes.
mind.
I do
It's been
also
so
need
long since I played a charisma character.
very technically I do need a concealment check here.
How so? Oh, because of the storm.
That's not the storm, it's something she drank that is having this like heavy mist coming out of her.
I think I succeed.
But at the same time, you're yelling at her. It's not terribly difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, easy
and
enough there.
diplomacy.
A 19. Were you rolling from your sheet or using the button?
I rolled from my sheet because I'm an idiot.
You put a
Jerk.
button out. Is it
Yeah,
what save
I'm
is
an
this
idiot.
against?
This is against her will DC.
Will DC. That is a success.
All right.
She is going to become bon mode. Bit of a penalty to her perception and will saves right now. Alrighty.
It's all 3?
believe that's going to bring us over to you, Alistair, held in the jaws of this massive crocodile, your blood coursing out. Some of your wounds healed, though, thankfully.
Yep.
What you got?
Yep. I'm gonna try and escape first.
Okay. Don't want to be inside this guy's mouth for too much longer. It smells very wet.
Don't. I'm gonna try. I didn't critically fail, so let's
You
try hero
You
point.
can try again. But going with the hero point instead, that's very strange, but a 27 is a success here.
All right. Well, unloaded crossbow in hand. I'm going to explode again. Put up all my vents and release all that steam I've been building up.
Fair enough. All right. I will go ahead and reflex save. That is unfortunately a success this time.
Oh, bugger.
You want to say for
Real
flavor
good.
you blow up in his mouth?
I was thinking about that, but now I'd be doing up the flat check.
That's why I said just for
Fine.
flavor. Like, we know mechanically you escape first and blow up, but flavor-wise, you want to blow up in his mouth?
Yeah.
Love
That'd
it.
be fun. As I'm getting out, I'm blowing up.
Unfortunately, this guy eats spicy food for fun.
Oh.
Two
Oh,
fire
5 damage.
damage.
That's terrible. That's like half what I rolled last time.
Did he not have a fire, like a lightning bolt shot through his stomach, though?
Oh, yeah, he just crit failed for a shit ton of damage from Drow.
Yep.
Go ahead and give me that
Cheat.
unstable check. Let's see you succeed again.
Let's see here. Oh, there it is. Nope.
Not a
No more.
success this time, unfortunately.
No more boomy booms.
No more boomy booms, as you are... Unfortunately, your armor is now not just steaming, but smoking.
Yeah. I'd like to think my pant legs and sleeves are all ruined now.
Yeah. I have something to
did
do
you
with the
check that?
fact that he just bit through a big chunk of your armor, so, you know, there's some exposed wiring to the rain right now.
Has he checking that 2 damage yet?
Yes, he has.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it, so.
That's because damage
missed-
taken messages are hidden.
Yeah, I just didn't see the number. Okay.
It was 2 damage.
I know. I just want to make sure.
It wasn't a big change. Kim, we are back over to you right now.
Could have been a big change if he had 2 hit points left.
Okay.
If someone is badly injured at 2 hit points and not near death, we have a problem. That means their max HP is 4.
Yeah. Alright, this is going to be an interesting turn, I guess.
Don't forget your leaden steps is a sustain.
Yeah, I have to sustain it, yeah. Well, let me cast live wire on him first.
Well, that's just rude. I love it.
Show me potato salad.
That's a very good roll. Not quite a crit, unfortunately, but definitely a hit.
Right, and damage should be 2d4 plus 2d4, yep.
Yeah.
Because it is level 2. Or rank 2.
10 points of damage, triggering that weakness he's got to electricity also. He's not looking great right now, as you guys are bombarding him with flame and lightning.
Okay, and... Yeah, Drow and River both have electric arc, so I will sustain
Sounds good.
with my last action.
I'm not sure I'm attacking next turn. Just to throw that out there.
All right.
It's fine.
That is going to bring us to Ragnarok once more. Feeling the magic still weighing him down, but seeing Alistair's armor start smoking after that explosion reveals a wicked smile, because he's generally somewhat confident it won't blow up again. And so he is going to turn and make a strike at you, Kin. Actually,
Alrighty.
he's not. He knows you're pretty injured at the moment, so he is just going to bite towards Alistair again. Wants to get his big attacks out first, and ooh, we're getting closer on the first hit.
Ooh. Ah.
Not quite enough. This time he is going to take advantage, though, of the agile trait he has on his tail. And since he is facing Alistair right now, the tail is what's going to swing at you, Kin.
Okay.
Damn, the rain's really getting in the way for this guy. He's not having a good day today.
Thank fuck.
Yeah, that doesn't really do much. Agile is what's best. He's going to go for one final strike against you. Kin.
Oh, double
And-
tail swipe.
The natural 18 on the dice, I believe that one will hit. For 11 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
What? Okay, I'm at 3.
Hey, still up. That's what we love to see. Akleji, you're up. You're the
Okay.
only one on deck with the captain right now. You can see your friends are fighting hard against the first mate. What you got?
Okay. Since the captain has been bond mode, Ecclesia is going to start off by trying to demoralize her.
Sounds good. That is a success. Funny enough.
Okay. Cool.
Ooh.
Do need that concealment check. though.
Juggernaut. Hey, Jericho, are we supposed to be able to see the Juggernaut mutagen?
Yeah, it's an effect on her right now.
Yeah, we saw her drink it.
I am going to lower the DC on this Akleji. It's they're
yeah, 'cause I'm like-
concealed, but
Yeah.
you're yelling at them.
Yeah.
So she is, she doesn't show it very easily, but she is frightened. And
Okay.
yeah, she did drink a Juggernaut mutagen. That is where that sort of stony flesh is coming from. And that's another penalty on her will saves.
Okay. And then I'll attempt a tumble through on her.
Sounds good.
Okay.
That is a success. I think this is fair for a concealment check to actively figure out exactly where she is. So
Oh my.
I'm gonna have you
Oh.
end your movement effectively up next to her, and I'm still gonna give you the effect, just not on the far side.
Okay. Do I get panache from it?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you
Please.
panache that'll end at the end of your next turn if you don't use it before then.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Sure. Okay. And then I'll parry.
Okay, just setting up a parry instead. Fantastic. Now
Parry
here's the
out of-
good thing for you, Akleji. Failing that tumble through concealment check saved you from getting hit by a reactive strike. Because it forced your movement to end the moment you came into her reach.
Yeah.
However, she does have an electrified cutlass right now, and the ability to. What does she want to do here? Does she want to electrocute you or go for the big slam? She's going to go for the electrocution to start here. She is going to just swing with that electrified cutlass towards you right now. That is going to hit. An exact hit.
Oh boy.
Low damage rolls, though. 13 damage mixed between slashing and electricity.
Okay.
Ba-da-ba-bum. Just make sure I have the wording on that ability correct. Yes. Okie dokie. So here's the question, and I think I know the answer. She sees you in a parrying sort of stance, and she's just going to smile. You saw the electricity from her blade is able to shoot out.
Mhm.
You and Kin are both extremely
Oh,
wounded.
no.
Yep.
She's going to do it once more. I need a
Okay.
reflex save from you and Kin again against another electric arc.
Okay.
Fuck.
That is an exact success because she's frightened now.
Ooh.
Thank fuck.
Roll crit success, Captain.
Hey!
But
Regular
Kin's
success.
only has 3 HP.
There's a good chance I critically succeed if I hero point, right?
You only get the plus 10 if you roll a 1 through a 10.
So no,
You've got a
10
not
plus
plus
8 plus 10,
8.
28.
28.
You need
I
a
don't. I
29
think her
to
DC
crit
is 29.
success.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just hope the light damage dice is low.
Yeah, it's only 3d4. With taking half, there's a decent chance.
Fuck.
2 for 2, that's 4 damage total to each of you. Thankfully, River's up next.
Please tell me
Yeah.
River has heals.
River is the cleric.
Fuck.
So, as you fall unconscious, Kin and Akleji, you also get jolted and are not looking particularly great. She just smiles. And loses the frightened condition. We come over to River. I need to do a little bit of math here. Her
She was
concealment
in-
condition, I believe, ends here. Because it was a mist form elixir that only lasts for 3 rounds. So she is no longer concealed as the mist fades. And Kin, you're getting a 2-action heal right to the face. Stand on back up with an insanely good roll.
Nice.
30 health back to you. 32 because of your relic gift. Nice.
Oh, it's automatically doing that. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm somewhat good at coding effects in Foundry.
Yay.
1 action left. Let's see here. It's a distance 40 feet to a Kleegi. Drow, are you thinking of making an attack roll or anything, or calling for another save?
I'm going to try to one-shot her.
Well,
There
that's
is no
bold.
save associated with this one-shot.
Will you be making a check?
No.
Okay. No guidance for you then. Instead, River is probably just going to step up to the edge of the boat to get a bit closer and potentially be able to heal a Kleegi and give her guidance next turn.
Does Alistair have immunity right now? Is that the problem?
Yeah, you and Alistair both
Okay.
have guidance immunity. Otherwise, that's what I would have done. But we'll get 30 feet away from a Kleegi, where she is right now. And Drow, how can you possibly one-shot?
So, and you can please feel free to tell me if I am doing too much. As a part of my patron, I have this, the Familiar of Overwhelming Tides.
Mm-hmm.
So, technically, if I use my first action to command Tiki, I can move him here and then cast 2 hex spells, which would push.
You can only cast
A
one hex
creature-
a turn.
I can only cast 1 hex a
no.
turn.
That's
Yes.
remaster.
Nope, that is
eh.
remaster.
Oh, is it? I'm
It's
sorry.
Bard
Is that
and-
remaster?
It's Bards and Witches are the 2 classes that can only do 1 per turn.
All right, that fucks my decision then.
If you attempt to cast a second spell that has the hex trait on a given turn, it automatically fails.
Automatic. Oh, I see that. Okay. My apologies.
The
I'm
difference
sorry,
between Bard
you're
and Witch
right.
is that Witch can sustain multiple hexes on a turn.
Okay,
Okay. So
if you
that's
have
what.
multiple
And it
I
would
was
actions,
sustaining
you can sustain
sustaining the
that.
hex would also cause this. So I
Yes.
could potentially do this shenanigan next turn. However, I don't think Akleji is going to
There
survive.
are also railings on the ship. I believe we did this last
Okay.
session that
Yeah.
I do require a check to get over. When you're on like the boards, those are just boards. So
Cool. I
easy
was
enough to
so
push them off
excited
the
when
edge.
I was reading that, and it was just like, there's
love
no
the
save.
idea.
There's no save associated, and she was 10 feet away.
Now, what I will say as a general idea, you can sustain a hex on the turn you cast it. You won't get any additional effect of the hex, but you can sustain spells the turn they're cast.
Yes, but if I do that, I cannot.
Yeah, you'd have to move.
No, I
cast
can
a
do that.
one-action spell. I am going to require some sort of check to try and force her over the edge, though.
I could do that then.
That is an option.
Akleji, I'm going to leave this up to you. Are you okay with me gambling on it, or do you want a 2-action heal?
Gamble.
Okay.
All right.
First
Well,
action.
okay. Well, what exactly are you trying to do?
I would cast Sting of the Sea, which would
Okay.
she'd give me a Fortitude save,
Okay.
and potentially take penalties. Take penalties on things.
What kind of
And-
penalties?
Sorry. On a success, it's let me just throw this in the
It's
chat.
perception penalty
Perception,
that won't stack
dazzle.
because of bon mot, but dazzle
Yes.
or blind on the crit and fail.
Dazzled or blinded is. kinda
Dazzled or
nice.
blinded would be ideal. But even if she just gets a crit success, I'm fucked. But if she just gets a success, she still gets the spell effect put on her. Which means I could still sustain it. If I'm understanding this correctly, Mr. Jericho.
Yeah.
So, and that would be able to push her 10 feet, and she'd have to make her
Attempt
check.
to go over the edge.
So Tiki needs to be within 10 feet.
Tiki
And
can
it's
make that.
push-
Tiki can make it here in a single
Welcome
turn.
to witches
Oh.
who have Patron's Puppet and can, even if they want, command as a free action too.
Okay.
But that is a
Yeah.
hex, so you would have to use an actual action to
I'm-
command.
I'm up
Yes,
for
which will
something
give
like
him,
that.
which will give Tiki 2 actions and enable me to still have the 2 actions to
Yeah.
cast.
Yeah, that
All
sounds
right.
good to me.
Tiki is going to move.
Okay, 25 feet.
First action to, and he's just gonna kind of land on your shoulder and go,
Sure.
and just kind of float there.
Huh? Tiki? What?
And then I will Sting of the Sea.
Okay.
So she needs to give me a DC 19 Fortitude save. And she is
that's a
pushed
natural
back.
2 on the die.
She is dazzled.
She is pushed back.
She's pushed back
dazzled.
5 feet, and I final action will sustain the spell
Okay.
to push her back another, because she is currently within.
I'm going to
Ish.
ask for an athletics check from Tiki here. Because it
Okay.
is causing a small wave to surge forward.
Okay.
Not a particularly large thing, so trying to
Yeah.
upend her over the barrier is going to be real challenging to do.
I'm gonna hero point that.
Okay.
I really want this to work. 20.
20. The dice seem to not be in my favor. That was the DC.
Thank
Oh no.
fuck.
Now, she does get to make a reflex save to grab an edge.
But she's dazzled, isn't she?
That doesn't mean
Please tell me
shit.
that affects it. Damn it.
No.
Can it mean shit because it'd be cool if she just dies?
So, she is going to make her reflex save. The dazzled condition specifies all creatures and objects are concealed from you. So, technically, she does have to make the DC 5 flat check to grab the railing as she is upended. She's fine. So she goes over the edge and with her claw, not even grabbing the railing, just impales the side of her ship with it and holds herself in place. She is absolutely going to be off guard to everything right now as she is on the side of the ship.
You go before her, right, Akleji?
But
Say
she has
again?
not fallen off.
You go before her.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I wasted that turn on that.
Damn,
Please
Great
kill
Claw's
her.
kind of badass.
Alistair, you're up.
I'm gonna be I'm gonna put some distance here. All right, you want to try to eat me? Let's come get me. And then I'm going to do an interact to swap from my repeating crossbow to my rotary bow.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shoot this silly son again.
Fair enough. Get the magic bow out at 24 hits.
Yeah.
11
Hell yeah.
points of damage. Goodness gracious, he is not looking good.
Damn it.
It's looking real rough. But it's still
Well, he's still standing. That's unfortunate. Because I don't go before him no more.
No.
Unfortunately,
I'm
not.
hoping doing little points of damage, taunting them makes them want to come after me.
Well, that's going to bring us. That is your turn, I believe. Move, switch, shoot.
Yep, that's everything.
All right, that is going to bring us back to his turn.
I'm laying at his feet. I
Yep,
mean,
you are, but he has something else he cares about more right now.
Oh, he's captain.
survival.
He doesn't care about that. He is. Yeah, he is going to try and leap across the ships. Make it back to his own. 17 would effectively get him right around here. He does land in the grease, which I believe is not a sustained spell, correct? Can
No,
he
just
exists?
a minute. Yeah, just a minute.
Then he's going to have to make a reflex save to not fall prone.
Pro.
Oh, damn it!
It's a 23. He's
Oh.
fine there. He is going to use his second action to run over here, I think, and with his third action, yank the captain back up on board.
Oh boy.
Pull her up.
Oh, he has some loyalty. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't get any attacks off this turn, but he keeps the captain up. And she stares daggers. Not at a Kleegi, though. She's looking towards you, but that little stupid mechanical jellyfish toy. She has
Really
murder
should
in
have
her
taken-
eyes towards it.
If it was not fully against my character and the things that he believes in, I so would have taken Final Sacrifice.
A Kleegi, you're up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that
Kleegi-
constitutes a war crime if you come into like a ship battle and cause explosions.
Well, also, I just had the last session I was here. I got really torn.
Wrecked.
A Kleegi going to finish the work that Kin and Alistair have been putting in towards the first mate.
I trust all of you to keep me alive.
What was that? Move over there and then move back instead.
Sorry, I...
Allow it this time, but after you've rolled, you're kind of committed to where you ended up.
I know. I'm sorry.
But big old hit there. He pulls up the captain and stepping forward with a powerful slash of your own blade, a Kleegi. You manage to just cut him deep across the chest, and he almost pulls up the captain at the same moment he himself falls overboard into the ocean.
Just you left. You, sure you don't want to give up?
Oh, with how
Oh,
you
how are
all
we
are
supposed to
looking,
get-
no. I think I'm quite alright seeing this through.
I'm at full health.
Kin, you're up. She's not just at full health, she's got temp HP also. Juggernaut mutagen's kind of wild.
Okay. Well, that's a different story then.
She's just been using electric arc on us, so
Yeah, electric arc on the guys.
no
on your
ranged
deck.
weapons. I don't think there's a reason to stand up right now. It's just a waste of an action.
Not unless you are planning to make ranged attacks of your own.
Yeah, ranged attacks aren't affected by this, are they?
If you are prone, you take a penalty to making ranged attack rolls.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, I'll stand up then.
Okay.
And then I guess I'll just use my staff here. Use one of my charges for Briny Bolt. Actually, it's a first rank, so I think that'll lose 2 charges.
First rank spell would only use 1 charge. Costs a number
Okay.
of charges equal to the spell's rank. All right.
Because this will blind her if I hit her, so...
Yeah, blinded for 1 round. It's going to be real rude. Go ahead and give me that attack roll. You
Or on
gotta
that
shit
20
me.
and critter.
Okay. Go go ahead and roll that damage.
Blinded and dazzled. That means I can drop. That means I can drop sustain on Sting of the Sea.
That
24
is,
damage.
yeah, a massive amount of damage. The dazzled is going to last a minute no matter what, and she is blinded for 1 round. Oh god. Okay, well, this was supposed to be a threatening fight, y'all.
Fuck you.
That's not nice.
Well, just as a technicality,
Mhm.
Briny Bolt does say,
It's 4d6, not 2d6.
yeah. So I don't
So,
know if you want me to roll 2 more d6 and not
I'm
ever
fine
take.
with just taking the doubled.
Okay.
2 6s is cool. Getting to say you max damaged is very fun.
Especially on a crit.
All right. I believe that does it for your turn.
Yep. Wow, 24 barely
Right.
injured. Damn.
She had 10 temp HP from the Juggernaut mutagen.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Still
Well,
14
I tried.
barely injured.
She's got a DC 11 flat check to hit anybody.
Blinded. Unhappy. She is going to use her first action to stride over to here.
Let's go on to the books then.
And as much as she would like to do it, she is going to use 1 action to wipe blinded from her eyes, so she's only dazzled. And with her last action, she is going to make a cutlass strike at you, Ecclesia.
Hopefully the dazzle works.
Or she can just miss. Hee-hee.
Or she can use her villain point,
Or she can use her villain point.
Uh-oh.
because she has not used that yet. She would very much like that. If I could roll well. Let me check one thing, because I do have it written down in the Homebrew channel. Do enemies get the +10 as well? Because I believe I specified, and I want to confirm.
Uh-oh.
It works in the same way Hero Point does. So rolling below a 10, she gets a +10,
Okay.
which I believe a 27 would then, in fact, hit you.
Mm-hmm.
God, not great damage rolls either. 14 damage total.
Ferocity.
Staying standing. Fantastic. All right.
Ecclesia just wipes blood off her face and is like, come on. You can do better than that.
If that's your wish. Certainly. River is up and is absolutely dumping a heal into you, Ecclesia. Get you some health back. For not a great roll, only 20.
That's okay.
It's your
But will
max.
also give you a guidance as your last action.
43.
All of you get to go here before she gets another turn. Can you take her down? Drow, we're starting off with you on this.
I will not sustain Sting of the Sea.
Okay.
First
Doesn't
2
matter.
action.
She's dazzled for a minute anyways.
Well, exactly why I'm not sustaining it. First 2 actions, I'm going to do a 2-action heal on Ecclesia at 2nd rank. Who I did confirm she is within 30 feet of me.
Fantastic. Another 24
24.
health to you, Ecclesia. Don't forget to grab that guidance effect as well.
Yes.
Oh god,
Lady-
you're at full?
There's only one of you, and there's 5 of us.
You seem to think that scares me.
Someone pick a damage type for me. Or air, earth, metal, fire, water, or wood.
Air, because we have electricity damage in the party, I think.
Mhm.
Or no, Kin has frostbite, so maybe. Or Kin, do you prefer frostbite or live wire?
Is Briny Bolt considered water damage? I don't...
Briny Bolt.
It's bludgeoning damage, but it's a water spell, so I don't know how
Yeah.
that works.
Yeah,
So
so
it
it would
would-
be water.
it would be
trait
water.
for element betrayal.
Yeah, I'd probably prefer that, I guess, because I have 3 more charges on my staff. So
Okay. She gets weakness 2 to water. And Ecclesia, I'll leave this to you. Do you want to go back 5 feet, or do you want her to go back 5 feet?
I would actually prefer neither of us
Okay.
to go 5 feet.
Sure. No one goes 5 feet. It's my turn.
Alrighty. Then Alistair, what you got for us? You are a distance away from the action at this point.
A lot of running.
Alistair ran the wrong way from the were-crocodile.
Well, I thought he would chase me. They didn't. Oh, that's because I have the
Originally,
wrong
that
thing
would have
selected.
been what he did.
So,
But we had a sequence of insanely good rolls from the party.
I'm not gonna be able to get a good shot off, so I'm just gonna close the distance and then reload.
Sounds good.
Now we my
Ash,
turn.
do you really have 35
I'm coming.
speed right now?
Yeah, because I have
Armor inventor.
because I am a inventor in overdrive.
Yep. All right, Ecclesian kin, we're down to the 2 of you. What can you do to end her before it comes back around to her again?
I can hit her real good.
That's certainly an option.
I come from the school of hit him real good.
No. In character, do we know she has a reactive
Nope,
strike?
you have not seen
Okay.
that.
Okay. That's okay. Fleegee is... She's gonna go ahead and stride around to the others. Wait, no. Before I do that, I need to think about my actions. I stride, I faint. Faint, do you think you can move to get an... When you go to attack, can you move to get an angle where she won't have cover from me?
yeah, I can probably like move down here or something.
Okay. Okay. Then Ecclesia is going to faint.
No, Ecclesia. Not your blood sugar.
I told you I needed the granola bars!
It goes down in the hold eating them. Actually, no, that'd be Silroar. That's how she sabotages you guys, just eating the granola.
Well, that's why Ecclesia just fainted. Because Silroy ate all the granola.
Sorry, I'm doing a lot of thinking. I thought I had a plan, and then I'm like, but wait, there's other things I could do. Okay. Yeah, I'll faint.
Okay.
We're only an hour in. I have 2 hit points. I'll accept that.
Okay.
Okay.
You attempt to
and-
faint, but being the most experienced combatant here, it seems,
Yeah.
she is aware of these sorts of tricks. But a 23 will still hit. Alright, do you have Panache right now? You did a finisher on Ragnarok last round, correct?
did a finisher! I'm sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
Would you have done something before the attack to get Panache then?
I would have attempted to tumble through.
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely. Go for that, because that is absolutely fair. That is a success. She is going to reactive strike you, though.
Yep.
When you move. This will be as you guys realize that she actually has it. Her weapon is not electrified too hard at the moment, so she's going to hit you with the claw.
Okay.
From downtown.
From down.
Not the claw. Not from downtown.
Does have to make a dazzle
The-
check. Does succeed at
The
it.
claw.
The claw. For
Big now.
13 points of slashing damage as it carves into your side as you tumble around her. But you do have your panache, which means she will take 17 damage here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I believe that will bring us to Kin.
Well, now I don't have to move.
Isn't that nice?
All right, Briny Bolt, 60-foot range. She's definitely in that.
Wahoo. How much would you hate me if I said she got lesser cover from Tiki?
Shut up.
I wasn't saying that's what's happening. I was just asking.
I'm in a hero point.
Sure.
From the tiny creature who we've allowed to sit on Akliji's shoulder
Yeah.
and is now sitting on the shoulder of this captain.
What can I say? He's a menace. Absolutely a hit with that reroll. Go ahead and give me damage.
All right, so 2d6.
She will once
And it
more
will
become
trigger
blinded.
weakness.
Indeed,
water.
it will. She'll take 7 total from that, but
And a success
makes her blinded.
blinds
for a
her for
round.
1 round.
Yep. Potentially the more important part
Yep.
there is the waste of an action she's going to have to do to wipe her eyes clear.
And then I have 1 action left.
Yeah, what you got?
I will. Yeah, I'll use a 1 action to command my familiar, and then use his 2 actions to get back my focus point.
Okay, yeah.
I don't believe I've used that today. It's been a few weeks, so
There's a
I
part of me
can't-
that feels like you have, but it's always up in the air. So just make sure it's marked off here as used. Take your focus point back. Alrighty, and that brings us to the captain's turn. Having 1 fewer action is definitely unfun, but she doesn't really have a good way to get out of 60 feet from you, so she doesn't care about moving. She is going to wipe her eyes. And Alistair, this might interest you the most, as over the sound of rain and clashing steel, the revving of motors in her claws begins to be heard. And they're going to lengthen slightly. The edges are going to pop out with a serrated section, and she's going to use 2 actions to make a power attack against you, Akliji.
Oh, damn.
Not the power attack.
And that is a crit.
Dazzle check, please.
That she
Yes!
fails.
Oh my god.
Would you like to see how
My
much damage she would have dealt to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
You would have taken 34
God.
damage had that
That
gone
would have
through.
downed me.
But the dice are not on my side, it seems, today. They are very clearly on the side of you guys getting your first at sea win, which I'm all for.
They're on the side of truth and justice, baby.
You guys are not truth and justice. Don't lie to yourself.
They're on the side of this fucking rank.
That's going to bring us to River's turn. No one super needs healing right now. So I think
I
River
want
is
to steal
going
her
to
arm.
join in the attacking. I'm sorry?
I'm going to steal her arm.
River's going to join in the attacking with a purifying icicle.
Ooh, water damage. Please say that's water.
It's not water.
It's cold.
It's cold. But she does get the hit off, which is a total of 7 to her. And no one really able to get guidanced at this point. So she's just gonna reach spell for her next action, just in case. Why not? That way, Akliji, even if you stay where you are in range of a heal. Drow, you're up. Certainly now you guys can kill her, as she's starting to look quite injured.
Free action, Patron's Puppet.
Ooh, yeah.
Akliji, we don't want her moving, do we? If you want her to start getting pushed back, she can. But for the moment, the goal for this is to keep it Tiki out of danger.
Akliji? We lost her.
Not the blood
I
sugar.
know.
We lost her for real this time. Oh no!
Oh, I'm sorry. What? Yes. Hello. Hello.
I assume you don't want me to move her.
No.
Cool. Tiki of his own volition is going to blow you a mechanical kiss and get the fuck out of Dodge.
All right.
He's not staying here. And he can get over here. That's his 2 actions.
fantastic.
I could just really funny. First action for me, I will sustain elemental betrayal.
Sure. Do you want to push Alistair over the edge?
Alistair, you want to go on the beam?
No.
I don't push Alistair over the edge. And then I'm going to 2-action Thunderstrike at 2nd level.
Okay, hitting the 2 actions or the 2nd rank spells here.
Yeah.
We want to see her die.
And because her arm is very clearly made of metal, can I get that -1 circumstance bonus? An arm that can, like, has a bunch of motors inside of it and can rev up to extend serrated claws and deal almost 30 points of damage on a crit?
Yes, the official wording of the spell is if they're wearing metal armor or made of metal.
But you're a really cool guy.
Have you seen how much you're bullying this fight?
Fair enough. I was really gonna try for it though.
I'm aware. Don't you
Reflex
worry.
saving
She's,
throw.
you know,
He's probably gonna destroy the arm.
it's one of those
Yeah.
things where the arm
Make me
isn't
sad.
like directly attached into her arms and nerves, but there is like a cloth cover over what is likely the stump of her arm. So
Cloth
it's
is
more something
conductive.
she's wearing.
Cloth is conductive.
Do I give more than a single shit?
Jericho,
No.
I will literally go back to college and get a physics degree to prove you wrong.
She fails either way. What more do you want?
I wanted her to crit fail.
Sucks to be
Well,
you.
she wasn't near that.
No. Not without a
14
nat
points
1
of
was she
damage.
going to crit fail. She is
turn.
not looking good. She's looking real low at this moment in time. She's breathing heavy, blood dripping from her wounds, her skin charred from the bolts and the lightning that has struck at her. Alistair, can you be the one to finish her off?
Well, I'll try. I'll shoot her with my rotary bow.
No.
I got some hero points left. Let's go. Oh, sorry.
Makes it a hit.
Yeah, baby. Ooh, pretty good.
10 points of damage, hitting her in the back of the shoulder. She's trying to focus on the pseudo duel with a Kleegi. It does not help that she's just getting hit in the back every time.
Oh, what?
She does not yell out, "Have you no shame," though. She keeps that thought to herself.
She's a fucking pirate. I hope she doesn't yell it out.
They fought you guys pretty honorably.
I don't care.
Whoa.
We're also pirates.
I'm going to punch her. I went to this square.
Yeah, as a
Place.
okay. Go for
I'm
it.
gonna punch her. Oh baby.
Roll damage.
24 plus 4. Let's go.
I can't believe I'm saying this. How would you like to do this, Alistair?
Let's go.
How would I like to do this?
With a punch.
Damn, I don't know, man. Didn't seem to come from behind there, so I guess right in the back of the stall. And I hear a sickening crack as my metallic hand punches her there.
All right. You've got your own metal hand, Alistair. She's not the only one here who has one, and well, there's always that little bit of competition, wanting to prove your mechanics are better. You don't even know if she made this or if she got someone else to build it for her. But as she is focused, you hit her in the back of the shoulder with a bolt and then immediately sprint over onto their deck, rush up behind her and swing with your hand, which clocks her. She stumbles, the salt water in her eyes from the magic that she's been impacted with so far, and she pitches forward. That like brief concussion that knocks you unconscious for half a second is just enough for her to lose her balance, fall forward, and on the extended serrated blades of her own arm, impale her heart.
Jesus Christ.
And she falls and lands dead on the deck of the ship.
Oh, that was needlessly dramatic.
Look, you guys bullied my fight. Let me put some drama into it at least.
So because of off guard, you would have hit her anyway. But did you take -2? To make it
-2.
lethal?
Oh yeah, it was technically a non-lethal attack.
I did not specify that, so I guess she's
Yeah, I guess she's
unconscious.
not dead.
She's unconscious.
Huh.
I
Good
drop a
catch.
nuke on her head.
Yeah, I'm
You know, I wasn't thinking about
Are you
that.
guys gonna save her, or are you just gonna kill her? while
kin
she's down?
thumbs down. You know, kill her. So
I cast Final Sacrifice.
So, someone picks her up and drops her on the claw.
You cast final sacrifice if you're familiar next to her.
no, the description was cool. It can just happen if we're gonna
Yeah.
kill her anyway, right?
Yeah, why not? You would have hit if it was lethal, no matter what. Her AC was
Ah.
only 19, being flanked.
No,
So-
I more so meant like I use Final Sacrifice as a way to kill her from unconsciousness.
I will say, as a
Because
sort of
it's
above
an
table thing,
overreaction as hell.
she did have at least some honor, to be fair, because she didn't jump overboard when she realized it was a losing fight and consign whatever treasure she has on her to the deep.
Do we have honor though?
If you want to make friends here, you
Drow-
better.
Drow doesn't. Maybe we'll
Oh.
see.
Then I look
I'll
forward
give-
to the numerous enemies you will be making here in the Shackles.
Fair enough.
It is
I'll give her body a bow. It's like, well fought.
Well, that might be
To
much.
be fair, this is the second time this woman has
yeah.
attacked us.
I'm not arguing that she shouldn't have died or anything. It is more. This would be a moment where someone might explain to you one of the unspoken rules of fights between free captains and their crews, is that even if you know you're losing, you're free to surrender. You do not jump overboard and take whatever treasure you have to the deep. That's a bitch move.
Wait, does that mean it was unhonorable for me to try to shove her overboard?
No, that's fine.
Okay,
Shoving
cool.
someone overboard mid-combat is fine. The act of choosing to jump over yourself, specifically to spite your opponents, is a big no-no.
Gotcha.
And, you know, there are some, like, people who would do it are the ones who would argue, well, I'm dead anyway. What do I give a shit about honor? But that's where all the superstition comes into play. About, Besmara is not going to let you go easily at that point.
Tiki just runs over to Alistair and kind of like cocks its head.
I love the
In, like,
fact
a
that Tiki
worrying
doesn't
manner.
have a fly speed.
Tiki does.
Tiki has Levitator, but it's infinitely funnier to imagine he's splaying out those tentacles and running across the deck. You can't tell me that's not a funny visual to imagine.
So,
It's
Tiki
much
cocks his
funnier.
head. What's Tiki doing?
Tiki's just cocking his head at Alistair in like a worried. You know how dogs will like cock their heads if they're curious or like worried. That's what Tiki's doing.
I'm fine.
He does a happy spin, and then goes and does the same thing to a Kleegi.
Well, we have 2 ships now.
Yeah, as over the next few minutes, with the leader of the Grey Claws being dead, the rest of the officers of your ship also mop up the remaining pirates. Some do surrender, for you to determine what they are to be done with, but the majority of them all sort of die around the same time, having fought tooth and nail for their life. But eventually, Captain Jezza does find her way over to you guys with whatever your post-battle celebration is, sort of wiping down her blade, which actually, let me check, what weapon does Jezza use? Her own cutlass, of course, and sort of sheathing a pistol as well back in its holster. Well fought, everyone. Well fought.
Yeah, Ooh, that was rough.
Got a little
Glad to
close
see we
there.
all made it out in one piece.
Some injuries that will need tending to, but aye, no losses on our end. How was it for you? Your first big fight on a ship?
I'm covered in
Well,
blood,
it was
crocodile slobber, smoke
I'm gonna-
coming off my armor.
I look at Dicky and kind of smile. One of us is happy.
it was everything I was hoping it would be.
He's a small smile in response. I'm glad. Well, to the victors, as they say, go the spoils. With the chance to go through the captain's effects yet?
Not yet, no.
Right?
Guess we should.
Typically, how things would work is anyone who you take down, whatever they're carrying is your spoils. To make it fair, it becomes a bit of a competition between crew members as well. That way, there's no arguing over who gets what share of the individual treasures, and then the whatever actual treasure is left behind on the ship, of course, is for the captain to decide how it is shared.
Yeah, let's see what she had.
Yeah. Looking over some of the bodies, there is just general equipment from the few pirates who weren't knocked overboard that you guys are welcome to take if you want. You do, like, all of them have cutlasses, so, you know, that's 3 cutlasses you can pretty easily recover. You could recover a few sets of, while damaged, probably worth a little bit padded armor, and similar to when you fought them in person, all of them do carry lesser smoke balls that you are able to pick up as well.
That's right, too.
Looking over the captain's body, anyone who would like to go ahead and give me a perception check.
Right there. Let's go.
Let's do it.
It's possible I might be distracted by the arm.
Alrighty, fantastic. The bad rolls are staying away today, it seems. We are getting good rolls abound. 2 nat 20s in those perception checks there.
Holy shit.
Congratulations, Drow and Kin, on those. You do notice the sort of empty vials she left behind. She did seem to have the lesser mist form elixir and the moderate juggernaut mutagen that she consumed early on in the fight before moving to join the encounter itself, and that's part of what made her a bit tougher to deal with, though taking advantage of the penalty to will save was unexpectedly beneficial. She does have just a general set of studded leather armor, so actually technically she should have taken the penalty for Thunderstrike, I believe. One of those weird things, it's reinforced with metal studs, so I guess
That's not enough to. The leather is still an insulator. That's not metal armor.
The cutlass and the sort of coil wrapped around it are both ping as magical to you, Drow and Kin. As you pick them up and take a look, the coil is definitely something attached to the cutlass. It is not a part of it, it's its own thing, and both of them are magic. Cutlass
Both
pretty
the-
obviously has a minor potency rune on it, but it has one other rune.
Both the cutlass and the coil ping as
Yep.
magical?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
They are, in fact, both magical. And the other thing you find with your amazing rolls, tucked into... It's strange. It's a almost scroll pouch that is on the inside of her pant leg, sort of having the scroll itself wrap around her calf. But she does have a large piece of parchment on her person as well that the two of you find.
Ooh,
Hey.
What's it say?
I'll pop that open.
Yeah. Miraculously, this is a true map. It is not like words and a language you don't know. This is a full-ass map of the Shackles, with everyone's favorites. Not an X marks a spot, but a small isle circled far to the northwest of here. The words
Ooh.
Steaming Isle are on the page.
Steaming
Isle?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Captain Goldscale, do you know anything about a steaming isle?
Ba-ba-da-ba-bum.
Doesn't exactly sound too pleasant.
Can't say I do, but in the various isles and other outcroppings of rock around here, there are hundreds, and the names aren't exactly consistent amongst them all. So,
Oops, this is where they've hidden their treasures.
that is a certain possibility. What would you all like to do from here?
Checking out the arm.
Could
Check
I-
out her arm. It is unfortunately unenchanted, but it is sort of exactly like you see. It is this very mechanical claw, effectively. Not particularly great looking for like grabbing and holding on to things, though usable, but seems to be set up to be pretty deadly as a hand.
Interesting.
Would I be able to do a recall knowledge on the isle?
On the isle?
Yeah, the steaming isles.
You certainly can.
I'll probably join in on that.
Sure.
So mechanically, it's basically just a prosthetic arm. then,
Kind of,
right?
sort of, yeah. This one, if you really wanted it, it would effectively take away one of your hands. You'd probably take a penalty to any manipulate or interact actions, but it would have a higher damage die.
Oh, I
than a
like
regular
that.
hand.
I start taking the arm off.
The ability to hold a fork versus big number.
Right. Do you want serrated claws or the ability to use your tools effectively?
Oh,
Kin
definitely
and
not
Drow,
the
the
same
two
demands.
of you both take a moment to ponder on this name, Steaming Isle. Unfortunately, none of you are particularly knowledgeable about the entirety of the Shackles. You are still new to sailing the open ocean, and there's a difference between experiencing things and just what you've read about. So the name Steaming Isle does not ring a bell for either of you.
Gotcha.
However, I can, if you guys would like, pop you over to the Shackles map so you can see where this island is. Far to the northwest, right on the edge of Shark Island.
On the edge of Shark Island.
Yeah.
Home of the vultures?
No.
What lives on Shark Island?
Do you want to give me a recall knowledge about Shark Island?
Bullets, land sharks.
I mean, I was making a joke because it's called Shark Island.
I'm
but
aware.
Why the fuck not? I know it's nearby. It's probably going to bleed over into Steaming Isle.
As I scramble for my notes on Shark Island. Shark
You don't
Island.
have-
Ah, yes. Fantastic. I will give you the little tagline because that's probably the only thing you know. Shark Island is most commonly referred to by people as the Sahagin-plagued slums of the Shackles.
Okay, that's not at all what I thought.
Not
it was gonna be.
not many settlements. The few that are there aren't particularly big. Like the largest settlement, just over 1,000 people. Actually, that's not true.
Okay.
Their capital is about 7,000. Out of the other
That's-
settlements, the next largest is about 1,000.
Any reason, or is it just because the Sahagin settled there and people are racist? If I don't know, I don't know.
Unfortunately, with that role, you don't know much else aside from like, that's the tagline people know it by, is that it's kind of the slums of the Shackles.
Okay,
You don't really know why.
feels a little bit racist, but okay.
I mean, with that knowledge, if anyone else wanted to attempt a role, they are welcome to do so.
Sure, why not?
See what you know about Shark Island.
Sounds
How
like
many
a fun
sharks?
place.
Lots. All right,
At least
so this
one?
is where all the bad rolls are coming in. I see. All good rolls
We are
in
not allowed-
combat, but then
We are
more
not allowed
rolls.
to know anything about Shark Island.
Look, your last roll here was the highest row, and that was a 9.
We are not allowed to know anything about Shark Island, it seems.
Yeah. I'd say the best you additionally know, because of your pirate history, Kin, is that Shark Island was like an early favorite of Buccaneers when the Shackles were first started being used as a base. Got a number of like natural hideouts, deep water ports, plentiful sources of fresh water, varied game within reach of all the different beaches. But it's also extraordinarily tricky to navigate. Reefs, sandbars, hidden coves. It is a dangerous sort of island to sail near.
Alrighty. I think I'd ask Jessa, like, what do you do with captured ships?
Well, it's,
Well, we can like take them into port and sell them or something, right?
it depends.
Might be a bit
on
hard to
where
transport
things
it.
happen. Exactly that. In certain circumstances, then we might take them under our flag, or we might strip them down for parts. Because, good lumber, always helpful. See what would be able to be taken and sold. That's the general solution. Don't have enough crew, even with those who surrendered, to be able to pilot 2 ships right now.
Can we pull this one along behind us?
It's not impossible. Heavily slow us down, though.
Hmm.
We're
mean,
pretty
I-
close to Lily White. I don't.
Yeah, it's up to you,
or-
Captain Kin.
I will say this above table. I do not have math for you guys selling captured ships.
Oh, uh-oh.
You can just give us a shit ton of
You
salvage.
have plunder as what can be taken from ships. I don't have additional treasure and wealth to give for taking captured ships and selling them. That would
So
be the quick way to become way too rich.
All right.
Is
Here's
it like
the plan
a
then.
Is it like kind of like a trashy thing to do? In the Shackles.
It's one of those weird things where like, people are always looking for ships, right? Like, how much do you want someone's used good ships? As opposed to
That's fair.
something relatively new. And ships that are running are always looking for additional supplies. If you can plunder the resources of a ship you capture, that's supplies you don't have to purchase the next time you're in port. Because lumber, rigging, sailcloth, all of that is constantly needing to be replaced. So, I wouldn't say it's necessarily like gauche to do, but it's just not the most common.
Okay. Well, how much plunder is on their ship?
Yeah. As the people begin taking a look around, going down into the holds of this ship, seeing what can be taken and what is of value, in total, there are 4 points of plunder on this ship
Hey.
that can be taken. Which I believe will pretty much max you guys out on your spacious pouch, if you take.
Oh, and our hold is completely full right now too.
Yeah, you guys have 6 points of plunder on you.
All right.
I'm,
Yeah, I think we
uh,
put it
We
in
need
the
to stop anyway.
Yeah, we need to put it in the spacious pouch.
Sure. I think what I'm generally going to say, I'm not going to enforce that you have to spend a point of plunder weekly to pay your crew, but we can say things like selling ships and their remains that you take is what then pays for your crew over an extended period of time. So we don't have to worry about that sort of bookkeeping being done. And plunder you guys get is solely treasure for you.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It's a lot of bookkeeping otherwise.
Well, it's fine. Drow has his CPA.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll put a message on the other ship that says "free ship,
Whoever finds
Let
it.
the sea.
courtesy
Let
of the
the
Yorgamander,
Okay.
Captain Kinrail. By taking this ship, you agree to do us one favor if you ever run into us."
Interesting.
And not to attack the Jorgenmander unprovoked.
Yes.
Interesting that you note that. Jezza looks at you as you write this note and like pin it to the central mast. She just goes, "Oh, all right." There's so many stories of like ghost ships and whatnot that sail on their own with no crews aboard. How much you want to bet half of them are just plundered ships that have been left behind?
Yep. Yep.
Well, at least this one has a contract on board.
Right.
Can I record in a ledger the name of this ship, maybe distinctive features of it, and the agreement we left on the board, on the mast, just so we know what it is?
Sure. I love it. Who knows what's going to happen to the Daemon's Vengeance in the future, but
I don't expect any mechanical benefit of that. I just kind of think it's
I
funny.
think it's funny.
What kind of figurehead do they have? on
What
this
kind of
ship?
figurehead do they have?
Ooh.
That is a great, great question. It looks almost like an eel head, like this large eel that is almost like a human figure or a human skeleton, but with an eel skull instead of a regular person's skull.
Okay, I'd like to break off one rib
Sure.
so that we know it by sight,
Ah, fair enough. Okay.
just in
That
case they
will-
change it enough to like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
That will
go,
also be marked in
scrub
the ledger.
name of it. Changing
The-
figureheads is not the most common thing to do.
Details of the figurehead will be marked in the ledger.
Fantastic. Missing one rib.
I marked the specific rib it's missing.
I can't wait for your guys' figurehead to end up just being an effigy of pieces of all the other figureheads of ships you've defeated.
Oh my fucking god, can we graft that rib onto our figurehead?
A little weird.
Jericho, honestly, that sounds sick as fuck.
It's kind of
Yeah,
cool sound.
that's what I'm thinking. That sounds so cool.
Well, I will allow you guys to sit and think on that as we go ahead and take a break here real quick. When we come back, you guys are going to be left with a choice. You have the map that was given to you by Archon that leads to the ruins of a Thulani people that's probably a bit closer to you. And you have this map that Lisbeth was holding
Very claw.
to the Steaming Isle. You will have the choice of which you would like to go to first.
I have a vague memory of us all voting.
We
For
talked about it at the
Steaming
end of
Isle.
last session. I was just like, hey, do you guys have a general idea of which one you might want to go to first? For my reference sake, but I have them both.
Yeah, I
floating
think
here.
we mostly said Steaming Isles because I don't remember why, but we can revote.
Yeah, we'll revote. I actually think it was the
We
ruins
lost.
you guys generally said.
Yeah, I think we were going to the ruins was the plan.
Closer. Treasure map given to you by someone who might be more trustworthy than someone who tried to kill you twice. Who knows? Steaming Isle doesn't sound particularly safe.
But there's really good real estate in Shark Island.
There is. I'll give
I
you
have
a
a timeshare
little
there.
hint as to why it's called the Steaming Isle, though. Volcanoes.
Volcanoes.
But stand up, stretch, grab some water. I will see you all in a few minutes.
Thought I wasn't allowed to drink water.
All right, welcome back, everyone. So, as we pick back up, you all have a few minutes to yourself while the rest of your crew is sort of picking the Daemon's Vengeance clean of any usable supplies to take aboard your own ship. The plunder has been loaded into your spacious pouch so that you are all set with your part of the treasure from all of this. But what would you like to do from here? You do have some magic items that need identifying, and now that you have both the map given by Pirate Lord Archon and the map that Lisbeth was holding, you have two potentially different locations to go to and seek out the treasures of.
I'd love to try to identify the coil.
Sure. Go for it. Give me that recall knowledge. Unfortunately, Drowett, in this moment in time, taking a look at this, you end up holding it, trying to figure out what it does, tracing your fingers over some of the runes, and electrocuting yourself.
I do it 3 more times just to be sure.
Yeah. You end up, like, your fingers almost locking in place from the electricity coursing through them and dropping it. You are unable to identify it at this point in time.
Sounds good.
So I will attempt to identify this other rune on the sword.
Sure.
Just recall knowledge, right?
Yep. And do any of you have a read aura?
I do.
I don't have it prepared.
You have it
I think I do
prepared,
because
though,
I'm
Drow?
Yeah, it's a Sky Sage spell for me.
Fantastic. Then I will include the +2. Doesn't matter for you, Drow, because you now won.
Oh, so it didn't shock me. My hand got a little wet, right?
You got electrocuted.
No. I was giving you the chance to lie to me.
That's fine. Kin. Unfortunate. Oh no, you are expert in Arcana. With the +2, that is enough. You haven't come across them particularly frequently, but you do know that most strong people use this. This is the other half of a fundamental series of runes. It is a striking rune on this cutlass. So this is a +1 striking cutlass specifically.
That's a Cleegee's, I guess.
If, yeah, I'll go ahead and take it. If folks are okay with that.
You're the
You
one
are a melee
fighter.
specialist, yeah.
Kin can hit people with a stick from 500 feet away. He's
I've
a
also got
menace
a
no
stick.
matter the distance.
That's really good on ships.
It's very good on ships, yeah. It's gonna hurt my head to think about. That is the question for you, Ecclegi. Will you be replacing that silver cutlass you have with the striking rune?
I mean, can I get Alistair to transfer it for me? So that I can keep the silver cutlass?
Do you have magical crafting, Alistair?
Do you need
I
magical crafting to do rune transfer?
Yes, I believe you do, and I don't think I have it yet.
Okay. Yeah, because
That is on my
under the
to-do.
idea of crafting a magical item.
Oh, crap. Okay, well, yeah, I'll wield the striking one until now, but maybe next time we're in port and we have some downtime, I'll get the
Sure.
rune transfer to the silver one.
Yeah, you guys are gonna want to find time to go sell your plunder anyways, because you are pretty much maxed out on what you can carry.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, which actually also begs the question: would you rather go stop before heading to the locations of either of your two maps to a settlement to try and sell treasure?
Yeah, I feel like that's a good idea.
Are there any sufficient settlements on the way?
The biggest one would be Rapier Bay, probably, which is slightly bigger than Lillywhite at a bit over 1,000 people. If you wanted to head up to Nalt's Island, check all my notes. So many different fucking locations here in the Shackles.
You're the one who decided to run a campaign in it, my
Nalt's
guy.
Island has basically no settlements on it. So, does have theoretically, like, Nalt's Island is a place a lot of people go try to bury their specific treasures on, because no one really sane lives there. It's mostly like giants, lamia, dinosaurs are the people who call that island home. And of course, the island itself has other fun rooms to it, but the closest large settlement would probably be Rapier Bay. Trying to get to... You could go around Besmara's throne and in towards Queen Bess, which is around the same size as Rapier Bay, a little over 1,000 people. And is more town than anything else.
I'll leave it up to Captain Kin.
I guess I would ask Jessa, like, how hard it is to sail through this area.
To sail up around there towards Thulani.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the most difficult for us. There's more than enough space for us to make it through.
We're going to Rapier Bay.
All right.
Rapier Bay.
Good place if you need a new rapier.
That's all they sell. Just rapiers.
Yeah, exactly. That's correct.
They deal only in rapiers.
All right. So, the journey to Rapier Bay from here is probably going to take you. You're out more on the open ocean at this point, with the wind on your side. We'll say probably around a day and a half, 2 days. You guys aren't following the coast anymore. You can actually head out into open waters, let the sails carry you. You don't really need the oars, so the ship is instantly going to speed up pretty quickly. And you guys are absolutely able to head to Rapier Bay. Would anyone like, as you're going there, to give me either a recall knowledge or gather information to talk to some of the other crew to see what you know about Rapier Bay?
Recall knowledge.
I'll talk to the crew.
Sure.
Is that also recall knowledge, or
No, that'd be gather information. So blind
Oh,
diplomacy
so-
or perhaps society if you have streetwise.
I don't.
Use intimidation. Tell me what you know.
Diplomacy.
What are we attempting to gather information on? Sorry.
Either gather information from the crew or recall knowledge to see what you might learn or know about Rapier Bay, which is the settlement the crew is heading to. Okay. Yeah. Kim, this is where your information starts to come in. Pirate history, oceanography, general just society. And Drow, you're also able to get a bit from talking to people. Rapier Bay isn't quite the largest settlement on Motaku Isle. You'd have to go to Quent for that, which is much more on the eastern side of the island. But Rapier Bay itself is a pretty rowdy settlement, led by Pirate Lord Maxvale Janus, who is one of the biggest supporters of the current Hurricane Queen. It's it really is less like Lillywhite, which is a regular town. Rapier Bay is that pirate port that you think about. It's a bit more rowdy, a bit more dingy, a bit shadier, but a place for free captains and their crews to all fit right in just fine. It also is well known for having very good smithies in the area. So, general rumor has it that getting good enchanted precious material blades from some of the better smithies have wait lists of approaching a year at this point because of how busy and popular they are. But generally, guys, make your way to Rapier Bay over the coming days here. About
How many days?
day and a half or so, we'll say.
Okay,
So-
another day on my project.
Yep, exactly.
Was that wait for
love
7
this
days?
Soundtrack.
Can't remember.
I'm sorry.
Twang. The
I'm trying to remember how
song-
long I
Uh,
was working on this adventure stuff.
listed on your notes. Yeah. So you can. I think you are reducing that cost by one at a time.
Yeah. I just don't remember how long I was supposed to go for. I should have really known
I
that.
think that's what it is,
Fellas.
because I think it was 8 days, and I think you're reducing the days you have on there. I don't know if that's exactly what you were doing, but that was my general assumption.
Because I'm basically trying to reduce it to the base price or half
Yeah.
half the price.
Yeah, I think you're reducing that number of days by one here, because most
No.
days you are only having like a couple hours to work instead of a full day's worth of time.
Hmm.
We'll say here you can go ahead and mark off 2 days though.
Okay.
Since you guys are getting into Rapier Bay in the mid-afternoon itself. As you guys arrive at the populous port town right now, quite busy, ships out in the harbor and the nearby waters coming and going in a beautiful processional. The hawking of merchants with their goods near the docks, the shouting of people loading and offloading treasures and supplies from their ships, the general clang of smithies and a few other merchants, and the sounds of music and shouting from the waterfront taverns along the edge paint a very vibrant locale as you all dock in Rapier Bay. Before anyone unloads, Captain Goldscale looks towards you, Kin. So, are you all... Do you have a specific amount of time planned for before we get back on the seas?
Mainly just sell our plunder.
Plunder?
Oh, can we take a day so I can get the rune so I can have it on my my cutlass?
Each point of plunder takes a day to sell.
Oh,
Oh,
Per
okay,
person
we'll be here
working
for a
on it.
while.
So, yeah.
I mean, we're not in any kind of hurry, as far as I know.
You guys would potentially be, if like everyone's doing it, looking at like 3 to 4 days to sell all 10 points that you have. Because it's not just like find a person to offload, it's selling small portions to different merchants and trying to get the best price from people for it.
yeah. 3 to 4 days sounds good. Unless there's anything else we want to get up to while we're here.
Back on the ship in 4 days, everyone. Enjoy yourselves, don't get into too much trouble. 4 days. And people will nod, cheer slightly, and begin making their way off the boat to go sell their treasures that they have received.
Ecclesia is going to give. How many people are on the Jormungandr?
I mean, there's the 5 of you. You have roughly of the important crew, 10, and then the general crew as well. You're probably at around 30 people on this ship in total.
Okay. I was gonna have Ecclesia give everybody a silver coin to buy a drink on her, but she does not have enough money for that.
You don't have 3 gold?
Well, silver. Actually, yeah. No, she'll give everybody a silver piece.
Right. And that would only come out to actually 2.5 gold because there's the 5 of you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Most people are like super thankful when you give it to them, super excited from the general crew. Most of the other officers, there's some that seem put off. A lot of them are just like give you a slight nod of approval, like, yeah, that's a great way to treat your crew. And Jezza herself, when you go to hand her a silver, raises an eyebrow.
Oh, okay. I get it. You're like super rich, and a silver piece doesn't mean it. It's the point. I'm buying a drink for.
That wasn't what I was thinking at all.
Oh. What were you thinking? If I can ask.
I think I'll keep that a secret.
Okay.
You're fairly certain she's saying this just out of spite for the faux pas you made. The assumption.
What kind of? Oh, I.
She just looks at you and goes, I could tell you, but no. I don't feel like it now.
Can I ask above table what she was gonna say?
I will allow you to make a sense motive check if you would like here.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And thank you for posting that picture, Kin. What I realized is you had spent a number of the days as well, Alistair, making the formula for them, which is why you've only recently started the actual building of them.
Yeah, so I think I just hit 8 days just now.
Sure. Yeah, if you think you're counting up, then you're all good. Clegy. There is a, as you went to hand her this silver, you thought for a moment it was a slightly derisive look when she raised an eyebrow, which caused you to go off a little bit. But after she steps off board, and following that little conversation, you think on it, and you end up thinking it was less derisiveness and more let's say recollection. Your actions seem to remind her of something. She got that sort of like look in her eye of someone who just their mind is picking up on an old memory. Whether it's a good or bad memory, you weren't quite able to tell, but she just didn't really say anything for a moment because she was remembering things.
Sorry, Captain.
She just raises a hand up to you as she walks away, and
gives me the Emmett Silk wave.
Almost,
Never mind.
but she's holding a piece of silver in the hand, and she splits it into two. She stole a silver from you while you're apologizing.
Oh, that's Ecclesia. Her eyes are gonna go wide, and she'll be like, "Huh?" But she can't even be mad about that. She gets a big grin on her face, realizing Jezza plucked one.
She grabbed a second silver when you were floundering a little bit, and she wasn't responding.
Did you actually have her roll a thievery check against me?
Yeah. I've got physical dice with me for when I don't want you guys to know I'm doing things. Because you'll know even if I do a blind roll in the server, so I had physical dice when I want you to not know that something's happening.
Yeah, you can hide.
I can, but this is funnier, and I like rolling physical dice sometimes.
Fair enough.
I will also say, just for above table purposes, Alistair, you succeeded at your fortitude save versus contracting lycanthropy from the were crocodile's bite.
Aw.
I know, I was a little sad too.
Man.
You've got enough going on. I figured that was a bit much.
That's how I was trying to get my lids back.
All right, but you guys have stated that you're going to take 4 days here, during which time you can sell plunder. As a general reminder, selling plunder does look like you have to spend a point of downtime, or you have to spend a day of downtime per point of plunder, and effectively make a check, diplomacy, deception, intimidation, to actively exchange it. The DC is, you can see, the base DC is typically 5 or 10. It's not particularly difficult. If you want to increase the amount you're able to sell it for, you let me know before you roll, and it increases by 5 per 5% you're trying to increase the sale by. Rapier Bay here is a level 5 settlement, so each point of plunder will sell for a base of 55 gold.
Nice.
Which might be a bit much if I'm being honest for your guys' level.
No.
Well, it's not like we keep all of it, right? We have to give some to...
Well, so that's why I was saying, like, I'm assuming, if I assume you guys are going to sell some of the other stuff you get to feed your crew, then what you get from plunder would be entirely for you.
Oh, okay.
That's a bit much, I think. So I'll do some thinking about it. For now, I'll let you sell all these for full price, because fuck it. And I'll get back to you by next session with a determination, because I want to limit the amount of bookkeeping that needs to be done, but being able to way overfund yourselves is something I would like to avoid. I want to give you guys a lot of treasure and let you get that money and wealth, but 550 gold halfway through level 3 is...
Sounds fair to me. Someone who just rejoined a conversation halfway through it. That sounds
Welcome
fair.
You have about 4 days of downtime here. You can do other things. You can work towards selling some of the plunder the party has. Choice is yours.
Do we want to sell any plunder?
Well, we need to make room, so yeah.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
completely maxed out on plunder in the
You can
hold.
give it
and
away if
our
you'd rather.
pouch.
You're funny, Jericho. I'm gonna move to sell about half of our plunder then.
Well, you can sell 1 point of plunder per day.
Per person.
So
Per
yeah, that
person
would be
working
half
on
of
it.
our. That would be half of our. I can sell half of our plunder.
You can sell 4 of 10. I don't think 40% is half.
It is if you round up.
What are we rounding? To the half?
Remember brain cells I have?
Ah,
So
there
half,
we go.
still half a plunder.
Like Ken will be very bad at rolling for this, so he's not going to try.
I can. I'll be. I can.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and
Because it's diplomacy,
Right.
deception, or intimidation, none
Yeah.
of which he's good at. So
yeah.
I got an 8 in those 3, so I can take the lead
Kliji.
on this.
He's an expert.
And Kliji, I'm assuming you would like during this time to get the striking rune transferred to your silver cutlass, correct?
Yes.
That will, of course, cost 6.5 gold to do.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have that, you can just mark it off immediately and transfer
Yeah.
the runes.
Mhm.
What level settlement is this?
5.
5.
5 settlement. Okay.
So each point of plunder does sell for a base of 55
55.
gold.
I
And
would
the
like
base DC to
list-
sell it is 10.
Yeah.
you can add
Okay.
percentage.
So let me know when you want me to roll that
Yeah,
diplomacy.
so we're
check.
going to do first day. I think we have Drow and a Kliji selling. Alistair, were you going to try and sell some plunder also?
Actually, I'm gonna start my next. I'm gonna actually start crafting my blast boots.
Fantastic. Then Kliji and Drow, what DC effectively are you shooting for today?
Yeah. Is this a downtime activity? In other words, can I spend a hero
is.
point
There is
on
no
it?
hero
Okay.
point on it.
No hero point on it.
That is why
Okay.
if you fail or if crit fail the check, effectively you can still sell it with that. You're just going to get a lower offered price for it, and it'll depend on what you roll.
I'll go for DC 15.
Okay,
on my
nice and
first.
simple.
I'm gonna do the same.
Sure, give me those rolls. Nice. Very nice. All right. Yeah, both of you managed to find some merchants who are absolutely willing to purchase those first bits of plunder. For my record-keeping sake, just in case you don't sell everything here, are you starting with, like... Because you have plunder from 3 sources right now. You have it from the Daemon's Vengeance, you have it from your reward for winning the Tidebreaker games, and you have it from the Devil's Tides treasure cache. What are you selling from first?
Probably go oldest to newest. First
Okay.
in, first out.
Yeah.
Unless the Devil's Tide stuff has.
No, it was
Sentimental
all
value.
relatively regular stuff as well. I'm more asking, are you holding on to the stuff you specifically got from the Devil's Tides treasure cache or not? Right now.
I don't.
I won't.
Because that is
I
the
won't
treasure
touch
you
that.
most know that other people are interested in.
It might make us more of a target if we sell it.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
worried
what you're
about
selling
holding
isn't
on
really
to it.
specified to be the treasure of the Devil's Tide, because it is just like cloth and spices and general trade goods at this point. But you
If
know
you
other
were to
people got into the treasure of the Devil's Tide and took most of it. There are magics that can trace locations of objects.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think we
we
should
should probably
sell.
save that stuff, but sell
Save
everything
it? Do we-
else.
Yeah. Okay.
How
do
many of
we-
that is that? Oh, go ahead.
You said it was the most sought after treasure. Do we get circumstance bonuses if we try to sell it?
No. Because again, what you're selling isn't known to be the treasure of the Devil's Tide.
Gotcha.
Because it's just trade goods that were stored. So it's
Okay.
not like it comes with a label that once belonged to the Devil's Tide.
Yeah. Okay.
But someone might be tracking it somehow.
Right. It's
Let's-
more for
if-
people who may be tracking it magically.
Well, then I don't see a reason to hold on to it.
But we
It-
could also
unless-
do the same.
True, but do we need a piece of the treasure to track it? In that case, I say we hold on to one and sell the rest,
I
because
mean, if you want to hold on to a piece of it, you had that metal fragment from the Devil's Tide treasure that became one with the astrolabe.
Oh,
So
that's
you've got
true.
that from the Hoard of the Devil's Tide no matter what.
Yeah, so why are we going to hold on to any more of it?
And
we
we
have a
think
piece of the
we
hoard.
know that would allow us to do it.
Potentially, yeah. Scrying
Okay.
magic is extremely high ranking magic for you. That's not something you'd really have access to easily
Could I
or
try
soon
and,
anyways.
Could I try an occultism check to figure out if I know that?
The rarity and strength of scrying magic is common enough knowledge that you would be aware of.
But that the astrolabe itself would be good enough
Oh,
is more my question.
yeah, probably. Yeah, go ahead and give me a, give me an occultism check on that. I can't brain. My mind is failing me.
It's been failing you for 30 years, Grandpa.
It would probably be enough. You know that like the lowest ranking sort of detection magic that you are familiar with is 3rd rank. That would specifically let you look for objects, and that is the locate spell. And with that spell, if you're looking for a specific object, you have to have observed it directly with your own senses to cast the spell.
Okay. So it's much better to get rid of this treasure that we have, which we know has been observed by people who are collecting the rest of it.
Yeah.
Probably good to get rid of the
Yeah,
Devil's
that's
Tide.
fine. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine then.
Perfect. Well, day 1 of selling plunder marks you guys off 2 points of plunder and earns you 60 gold pieces apiece for those. So 12 platinum across the board. We're just going to go do the days of selling plunder first before we get to what Kin and Alistair are doing with this downtime. So day 2, the two of you still selling plunder, and if so, what DCs are you going for?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stick at 15.
Okay. Stay
I
consistent.
don't want to. Well, 20 is less than a 50% chance, and I'm not risking that.
Fair enough. How about you, Ecclegi?
I'll try. No.
You got a 55% chance of hitting a DC 20.
Yeah. How much does the failure reduce the price?
You don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I'll go DC 20. Why not?
Awesome.
Okay.
This is a crit
Well, it's
success.
drow
too.
that fails. So Ecclegi, you get 65 for yours easily. Drow, for your point of plunder, they offer you 48% of its value. So 48 gold for it.
I take it.
You take it? Okay.
I have a choice to not.
Yeah. The day's still wasted, but you don't have to sell
Yeah.
it if you don't like the best deal you find.
No, I'm not gonna sell at 48.
Okay. Then only...
That we don't have a need to sell at 48. And I'm not going to.
Perfect. Then that is an additional 65 gold at the end of day 2. Brings us into day 3 for Ecclegi and Drow. What DCs are we looking for?
Staying at 15.
I'll go DC 20 again. Why not?
All right.
god. Holy shit, a cleach.
Drow, keep up. Come on.
Goddamn good rolls. All right.
I have little legs. It's hard to carry this much.
I'm pretty sure you'd have the crew help you.
You pretty sure I have the what?
All right.
The crew would
So,
probably help.
You know, after 3 days of effort selling half the plunder you guys have, 5 of the 10 points, you've made 31 platinum.
Jesus.
I think it's a bit
fucking
excessive for your
shit.
guys' level at this point.
No.
One more day. One more day.
Yeah, you guys have one
Fucking
more
rude.
level, or one more day. Yeah. Basic
I'm gonna-
treasure by level. A level 3 party should earn, in total, over the course of the entire time they're at level 3, in the realm of 500 gold.
Okay.
So we're nowhere near that.
You have
know?
an entire treasure map location to go through still.
We've got
Okay.
another 19 platinum till we get there. That's a lot of platinum,
You got
Jericho.
a +1 striking weapon and another magical item that I will say you guys are able to identify in the 4 days you're here as a jolt coil. A fun little spell heart that, having it attached to your weapon or armor, lets you cast electric arc. If it's on your armor, you just get flat resistance to electricity. If you have it on your weapon, then after you cast electric arc, your weapon deals a 1d4 electricity damage until the end of your next turn.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice coil.
That's how Elizabeth was
Oh,
getting that
it's a
extra electricity on her weapon.
It's a spell heart. Oh,
It
that's cool.
is. I
I'd
am
love to go
incredibly
look for a
biased
spell
towards
heart.
spell hearts. I
I
think
want
they're
to go
neat.
look for spell hearts while I'm in town, but
Okay. Either way,
I-
greater phantasmal doorknob, not allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Just putting that out
Coward.
there.
coward.
No auto blinding.
I don't know what that thing does, but I'm googling it now.
The phantasmal doorknob, specifically the greater version, doesn't even require you to cast a spell first. It
Oh,
just
you're a coward.
makes it that if you crit with a weapon, it blinds. I'm not a coward. I've run a campaign where 2 people had this before, and I hated myself.
Yeah, it's
It is
Oh, no, it's
unfun.
busted.
Phantasmal doorknob is bullshit.
It's busted, but it's funnier to call you a coward for this.
I can deal with the regular 6th level version because it just lets you dazzle on a crit. That I can be okay with. But the free blind on crit, I will fight you on.
It's too much.
It's a bit much. But that little rant aside, day 4 of selling plunder, a Clegie and Drow. What you got?
I'll go for
I'm gonna
DC
try.
20.
I'll
Actually,
try-
let's
I'll
be
try 20.
spicy. It's the last day.
Fucking
Let's-
shit, a Clegie.
DC 25.
I'm trying to catch up. DC 20 for me.
Okay. You're both gonna fail, and I'm excited.
Yes!
Drow
DC
succeeds.
25.
A Clegie rolls 3 19s in a row and breaks
Oh,
all known
fucking
laws of
shit.
math.
Just built different. Don't know what to tell you.
Uh-huh.
Jericho,
All
the
right.
fact that you couldn't predict this is a skill issue.
She's not a swashbuckler. She's actually a merchant in disguise.
Yeah, that's an additional 135 gold for those points of plunder.
Damn.
So what was that about 500 gold over the course of level 3?
You guys have broken that already. Are you happy?
Oh,
Yes.
no,
Very
let's
Proud of
break it further.
yourselves?
I
I'm
can craft
You guys have
forever.
exceptionally happy.
Gotten over 600 gold's worth of value at this point already. By the way, do you guys want to sell the regular cutlasses and armor you stole from the crew you killed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna use that stuff.
Oh, did we decide what to do with the crew we captured?
Would you like the typical answer, or did you guys want to make a choice?
Well, tell us the typical answer, and then we can decide based on that, I guess.
They're either press ganged, released, or killed,
Yeah, I figured it
depending on
was
the
something.
situation.
Obviously it's up to Captain Kin, but Akleji likes the idea of letting anybody that wants to join the crew do so voluntarily, but not press ganging them, and
I
then
would never-
releasing
yeah.
everybody else.
Try would agree with that sentiment.
Once you separate from Goatscale, she's probably gonna take some crew with her, so we'll need to
Yeah.
I was
replenish.
muted. Okay.
Captain
I said
Ken?
I
Captain
would
Ken.
allow them to leave or join if they want to.
Okay.
I mean, are we close to
Most-
being over budgeted on people?
Yeah, most sailors, when they lose, if they are granted clemency, will leave at the next docks and look for new work.
Mm.
It is not the most frequent that they will willingly join, unless they're one of those weird people that's impressed by strength, which
Well,
is more
I
common than
figured-
you'd think.
I mean, they're like, oh, hey, this crew is pretty good. I could probably make a lot of money with them.
Yeah, sometimes people are like that. There's always some who think that way, but are scared they're going to get a lower cut because they were once an enemy.
Mm.
Whether that's true or not depends on the ship. But it is the most common situation when they are allowed to leave is that they will choose to do so. Because it also helps spread your name, where they can, if they join a new crew, they'll be like, hey, don't mess with these people. I already lost to them once.
To check the captain's arm.
Does anyone want the +1 rune that's on the cut list? Does anyone still need a +1?
Technically, yes, but I don't attack. I'm also looking at. Do I have time for shopping here after
We're gonna get
selling?
to that. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what, if anything, can be sold, and then I will transfer out the money to everyone. A Kleegi, I just subtracted 6.5 from the party stash and put the striking rune on your sword already for you.
Nice.
Alistair, do you need any +1s?
I already have 2 +1s.
Okay.
Can
You've got a +1 on your staff.
Yeah, so I don't need it.
So, I mean,
The other two don't use their weapons ever that
Right.
I've seen, so
it's more so.
it's up to them. If they want it, they can have it.
I have ideas down the road, but I'm not quite there.
I have no desire for a weapon right now.
Okay. Then we
If
can
I
just
gain
sell
a
it for more
desire,
money.
I will grab it. I will get it.
Yeah, sell for more or bank it for Alistair's future plans.
We'll see.
I have machinations of picking up the martial artist dedication.
Fun. We'll just sell it for now, just for consistency's sake. You guys are getting a lot of treasure anyways, it seems. So, in total, handing out everything to the party is, over 450 gold you guys earned from selling all this plunder, giving everyone
Holy
just under 100 gold
shit.
pieces.
Okay.
Money.
Alistair and Kin, what are the two of you doing during these 4 days that you're here?
With the formula complete for blast boots, I'm going to actually build blast boots.
Fantastic, yeah. Go ahead and make that roll.
All right. Okay. Right. Don't fuck me over again. There we go.
Not bad at all. All right. So that'll cost you 6 gold immediately. And every day that you spend further will reduce that 6 gold, the remaining 6 you owe, by 1.5 gold, or by half a gold. So if you want to spend the 4 days and be done immediately, in total it would cost you 10 gold, 5 silver, and they'd be done. Or you can
I think maybe just
spend the
get it
money
out of
ahead.
the way immediately.
Sure. You guys are gonna have
Okay.
about to have a decent amount of time at sea as well, because you're
Yeah.
gonna be traveling to whatever your next destination is. So, up to you.
Yeah. That because this is something I can do in a single day because I have the formula already.
Yeah. So 1 day gets you halfway, and then Fantastic. Did you want to spend all
Right
4
on.
days in total to do them? And save yourself 1.5
Uh,
gold?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll just add that. I'll just add
Yeah,
that
go ahead
back
and
in.
take 1.5 gold back. And Kin, what would you like to do for 4 days?
So day 1 would be thematically when I change that feat.
Sure.
So I find basically in my character's image that shoulder thing that he has.
Nice. Yeah, the little over the shoulder. What do you have there? Oh, the like the little armor or the
Yeah,
sort
like
of
the
partial
pauldron
cloak?
looking things.
Nice. Yeah. For anyone else who needs to see it a bit higher, so you can see that.
Mm.
Fantastic. I assume they look a
And-
little nicer than that.
Yeah. So it's got an upgrade. It's not just matte brown and all that stuff, but and then the rest would probably be learning new spells.
Sure. Yeah.
So
I would like to just let you know outside of the game though.
That's
what I
A-okay
learn.
with me. Yeah.
I had a silly moment there where I'm like, who the fuck is Matt Brown? And then I'm like, oh no.
It's my alternate
no,
GMing persona, don't you know? I run other games under a different name that people don't know.
No wonder you never get any sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. All
I
right.
just assume no uncommons in this city.
In Rapier Bay, I would say for any uncommon, I would ask for a DC 11 flat check effectively to see if someone knows it that you could learn it from. Rares are a no-go here, but uncommon, you got like a 50-50 of finding it.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Awesome. Then 4 days pass, and eventually, much wealthier, you all return to your ship ready to head out. I don't necessarily want to bog us down with a ton of purchasing, so if you know what you would like to spend your money on, feel free to just shoot me over a message what you are purchasing, either in the chat of the server or over Discord. I would like to be aware of what is being purchased, and if it's something uncommon, similarly, please run it by me first before you just purchase it. You are limited by your level still, keep in mind. So level 3 or lower, you are welcome to save money for the future.
Nothing in mind right now.
As you all climb back aboard, your cargo hold and spacious pouch notably lighter for any further treasures to be procured. As the ship begins to set out, Jezza is going to sort of meet you all on deck. So, 2 separate sets of maps, 2 separate locations. Where are we heading?
Those ruins are closest.
I think we're thinking the Steaming Isles first. Is that right, Captain Kin? Or what are we thinking?
The Thulani ruins are closer from here.
Yeah.
And you
Some
were the one who
ruins,
caught
nice.
the wordkin that Jezza did not catch in this sort of map document. That this seems to be a ritual location.
Yeah, ritual.
Yes. Essentially, fun magic there. To be found. But...
Note to self: prepare read aura for that day.
You don't necessarily have to if you don't want to, because Drow just permanently knows it for free.
Oh, okay.
It just has it.
Don't
every day.
worry.
Dedication grants it.
Oh, that's good. Then I don't have to worry about that. Nice.
Save
Yeah,
your
I got it.
cantrip slots. Use them for other fun things. But all right then, to the ruins of the Thulani people. Away we go. And the ship will break port and begin heading northwest. sort of skirting around through this area, this sort of large open area. It does require some slower areas, some careful maneuvering in some areas to not clip any hidden reefs or sandbars. Being about 44-ish miles away, based on that distance, we go ahead and say, yeah, we'll say it's going to take around 5 days to get there, unless you guys want your ship to be rushing. I imagine you're not necessarily pushing it at top speed constantly, though. You're just sort of letting the wind carry you most of the time.
Yeah, we're not in a hurry.
Great thing about sailing the seas, there's no rush.
On this treasure map was the result of us winning that.
Yes, you got this for
And
winning
so
the
we
tiebreaker games.
Theoretically, we should be the only ones that have it. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I would like everyone here for each day, so I'll take them in order, to give me a D100 roll just to see if we end up with any severely bad weather at any point that is going to require all hands on deck. Is that a 99 from a Kliji?
That's a 99 from a
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Oh no.
Oh
I'm so
boy.
excited. Everyone blame a Kliji for what's about to
But
happen.
high number's good. What?
I just do that when I'm driving anyway.
No. All right.
Oh boy, give me half a moment here to pull up my weather table for
It's
this.
okay. It just means we'll be level 4 when we get there.
That's what it thinks. A 99 to a 100 is extreme weather.
Oh, no.
Fuck me.
Anything
Can I hero
below a
point that?
60 is relatively calm with moderate winds here.
Oh no.
Can I pray to whatever res me?
Jericho, can I hero point? Can I hero point? Can I hero point?
No,
No.
Fucking shit, dude.
let's see. Ecclesia, you've made us suffer already, so I won't ask for you to do it again. Drow, are you uttering a prayer to whatever brought you back from the deep?
Gonna look at the oncoming storm. Do we see the storm on the horizon?
Well, I haven't determined exactly what the storm is going to be, or whether it is a storm or some other effect. You can tell there's a shift in the air that
I'd like,
something is bad.
I'd like to be standing on the deck. Tiki normally spends a majority of his time on the deck, either spending time with the crew members who like the sea more than Drow, and just kind of being a friend on their shoulder, or sitting at the prow of the ship looking out at the sea.
Yeah.
I'd like to walk up to Tiki and just kind of go, "It wasn't fun drowning last time. I'd love," and I'm going to say this very quietly, I don't want anyone nearby to hear me.
Okay.
If possible, I would love your assistance in preventing either me, and under my breath, even quieter, or my friends from experiencing that.
First and foremost, I'm going to ask for a blind deception check to try and prevent anyone else from
Why?
hearing it.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to ask for a religion check.
Can I do occultism? I'm not praying to any god. I'm praying to whatever the fuck. I'm smart enough
aware.
to know.
I would
Okay.
like religion.
Cool.
And you may do with that information whatever you will.
I'm gonna cry. That's what I'll do with that information. Do you want this public or
This
or
can be
blind?
public. I'll allow you to hero point because you don't know whether you want it to be high or low.
I got a 2.
Would you like to keep that? Oh, you're a coward. You got a nat 1 on that, and you're not going to keep it and see what happens.
Oh.
See, you're saying the right thing, You know what?
Nope, the hero point's been used.
Hero point's been used.
Hero point's been used. What a damnable shame. The issue, Drow, is that you don't know what saved you. And, do you remember last time what happened when you semi-cursed
I remember
out
exactly
Tiki?
what happened. That's why I'm being kinder to Tiki and being emotionally vulnerable.
Fantastic. Well, here's the
Because
good
Tiki
news.
Tiki seems to, be social. He seems to like these people too. That's what Destiny has been saying and doing, but
Here's
I don't
the
know
good
if that
news.
actually fits in.
There's no tsunami today. You don't
Oh,
have to
but
worry
there's
about a
one
tidal
tomorrow.
wave.
This one's tomorrow?
But there are going to be heavy tropical storms that spring up and hit. Rain, hail, the winds start battering the sides of your ship. Even lightning is coming down. This is probably the strongest storm any of you have been found in, to the point that this is when they call all hands on deck. The storm shelter starts getting used. When things need to be done, people are going out with rope wrapped around themselves, tied to the sides of the ship and mast, such that they don't get swept overboard by the events here. I'm going to need everyone to give me an athletics check for the effort you are going to be called to do at some point during the storm during the day.
Oh no.
Athletics, you said?
Athletics.
Oh,
And if you
no,
have something
it's-
that you think might help, you are welcome to use that as well.
I got something that could hurt. Can I do that?
I mean, who might have said
No, I'm not doing that, Jericho.
Coward.
I'll
I wasn't
just
going to
roll a
use my
natural
monsoon.
17.
I'm not going to use my monsoon curtain to really just fuck the party more.
Well,
I've
Drow,
already
that's a
done it too
crit
much.
fail on your part.
Oh.
Would. Go ahead.
Would I have okay, I think I'd have. Would you have allowed me to cast water breathing on myself? I'm gonna re-roll this no matter what. But now I'm
in, like,
thinking of the worst
moment
case.
where you're gonna feel like you're gonna get swept over.
No.
You could cast it.
Oh, okay. Okay. If you'll be that kind.
Yeah.
I was gonna cast it as I was tying the rope around myself and walking out
You
on
guys
the
are
deck.
getting called out multiple times throughout the day. You are doing this in shifts. So
Okay.
It only lasts an hour. I don't believe it lasts the entire day.
Yeah, it
So
only
at that
lasts
point,
an
you'd
hour.
sort of
It's
be
only
leaving
30
it up to
feet.
chance.
No,
when
I
you
would just
cast it
do.
and all that.
I would just be doing deep breath
Yeah.
then.
Perfect.
Yeah. would just
Ecclesia,
be
you
doing
were
deep breath.
just fine. DC's 18 for this.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Would animate rope help here?
I'd say animate
Oh.
rope will give you a +2 circumstance bonus.
Thank fuck.
Okay.
Barely succeeded.
Because you do have like the rope tied around you onto the deck of the ship to hold you on. So if you have that animated as well, you're going to give yourself a bit more comfort and protection as you're doing this. But
I only have nothing.
okay. It's not a success for you. I don't know if you'd like to hero point that. We are basically at the end of session here.
I mean, why not?
Sure. 13.
So-
Okay. Pretty much all of you throughout the day, as the storm is hitting, water is washing over the deck. People are doing their best to repair things that are getting lashed by hail piercing through the sail. Lightning strikes down at one point and fries some of the rope, and that needs emergency repairs. Thankfully, throughout the day, most of you rise easily to the occasion. You've received your basic training. This is the first time it really comes into play hard. And pretty much all of you are meeting that challenge and excelling. Even Drow, you have a brief moment of panic the first time you go to step out of the door, and all you see is a wall of water crashing down onto the deck of ship. But you steel yourself, you get out there, and you do not have any issues. Unfortunately, Kinriel, you are the one person who... This isn't your strong suit. You know that. You go out knowing that. Even trying to utilize your magic to assist in the best ways you can, you are not able to complete it as a one-person job. You don't risk falling over or anything. You didn't crit fail, so you do not go overboard in this situation. But it is not quite something that you are capable of doing on your own at this point in time. And I'd say, I'd say it's actually Silroar who jumps out at one point to help you with some of the loose rope work and supplies that is being battered by the storm. When your magic isn't quite enough to handle it all, she jumps out even though she recently came in from her own shift and helps you complete the work.
Thank you.
Anytime you accepted me onto your crew, it's the least I could do to help. And you all thankfully weather the storm. These tropical storms don't last a particularly long time, really only around a full day period, ending a little bit after midnight, allowing you all the opportunity to actually go crash in your bunks and sleep following the exhausting day. Because of that storm, there was no time for any downtime activities to be done during this day of travel. But in 4 more days from there, the journey is peaceful, and you all hug the coastline after a while, spend a bit of time in open ocean, and will end up reaching the island where these ruins the map is leading you to lie. Was there anything in particular people wish to do during those 4 days of downtime aboard the ship?
That's a good question. Look at some options.
You got things to craft. If you've got just generally people you want to talk to, we did determine that if you aren't going to be cheating at games, you are welcome to try and earn income through them. You could also just generally say you are practicing and learning with certain people.
Does the storm happen on the last day?
Storm happens on the first day.
Okay. For the first 2 days after the night after the storm, and then the day after that, I am not going to earn income, but I will be cheating, and it will be very clear, and it's just going to be a let's have fun and relax after that
The cheating ring
shitty
is very
experience.
clearly set up separately from everything.
Yeah,
People
okay.
who just want to relax and do that.
Yeah, I'll run the cheating ring, and I'll cheat my ass off.
Kin, what were you about to say?
Ken would just be studying the astrolabe as much as possible every day.
Sure. A fucked weird thing.
Being
There's
very
not much
careful
be
not
gained
to
from it.
go crazy with it.
Notably, it does not seem, even when you make minor adjustments, when it like hits you. Okay, I'm gonna move one of the rings and test something. Nothing is happening. There's no weather surges. Nothing happens with time. It leaves you sort of unsure whether it's inert at the moment, perhaps able to only activate and exert some sort of power in certain circumstances, or maybe it's out of power and needs to be charged in some way. You're honestly unsure, but
Yeah.
for these few days, nothing happens with these small adjustments you make to it.
Okay.
How about the others?
On the last days, I would like to earn income
Sure.
without cheating.
Cheating, absolutely. You don't have games lore, do you?
Nope.
Then I would say generally this is probably earn income with society as a skill.
I'm okay with that.
as it is effectively just playing games with people. And making some bets relies on your ability to read them, figure out how they are playing to win the game.
So this would be 1 or 2 days, since it's 4 total days, and I spent the first 2 after the storm.
2 days total.
Thank you.
And,
And
highest
level-
level here would be 3.
Okay. I'll do level 2 then.
Actually, level 4 would be the highest level, since that is generally the average of some of the officers who are participating.
I decided to do 3 when you said that, so I do fail.
Unfortunate.
But I will take my 16 copper.
Yeah. How about the rest of you? PG and Alistair.
Ecclesia is just gonna hang out with the crew,
Sure.
especially the Leshy.
Sea spray?
Sea spray, yeah.
You trying to learn anything from Sea Spray at this point in time, or because I do
no.
believe both River and Drow are kind of simultaneously apprenticing under Sea Spray.
Oh, if that's the case, then
But this is like what you guys are doing in the evening when your daily learning and chores are done.
yeah.
When the general work to run the ship is over, how do you spend the rest of your time?
Oh yeah. Ecclesia will just make friends with
Sure. And just get to know people better.
yeah.
Build up the relationships between you and the crew. Absolutely. Most of these people are people who have sailed with one another for quite some time by now, so most of them are already pretty friendly, but they are happy to integrate you in as well. They share stories of their own. The only other individual who's like out of place, and while people welcome them, they don't welcome them as easily as they welcome you, is Silroar.
I think Ecclesia would actually spend a lot of time with Silroar, trying to
Sure.
get to know her a lot better.
Yeah. She would. She's still a bit, keeps to herself when it comes to her own story past what she already shared. She doesn't really elaborate further upon that very
Yeah.
frequently. It's one of the things that, like, you have to get her drunk enough and, in the right mood to speak on that, and then she might open up a bit more about her own personal story, but she is happy to sort of talk about, in her long life at this point, some of her exploits as a devil, things she's
Yeah.
done, just, deals that have been struck. She will happily talk to you about the minutiae of infernal contracts, what you should be looking out for in them, where they tend to hide the clauses that are the most, the ones you want to avoid the most, things like that. Just will happily chat. We'll also spend time asking you about yourself, your story, anything you've got. Doesn't just answer, but has an actual conversation.
Okay, cool.
Alistair, what have you got for this time?
A couple thoughts.
Okay, love to hear.
Is there anything worth trying to deconstruct that arm worthwhile, or that's mostly just fluff?
It's mostly just fluff.
Okay, in that case,
If you had ideas for something you'd like to retool it into to deconstruct and rebuild, you do have the inventor feat. If you have a cool idea, please feel free to let me know.
I'll put that in the think about later folder. In the meantime, I'm going to work on a formula of cauterizing torch.
Ah. All right.
So I'll basically spend 4 days working on that and
Fantastic.
try and craft. Now, if I just craft one quantity, I don't want to do. I'm not doing making 4 right now. Would I just set the quantity to 1?
Well, there's
to
also
try
a
to craft
different
that?
price for formulas is the issue. A
Oh,
second level items
right.
formula is only going to cost you 2 gold to make.
Ah.
And so similarly, the first day would cost you 1 gold. And then if we go based off, we'd go based off it for earn income from there. So you can just roll a regular crafting check if you'd like.
Just a regular crafting check?
Yeah, I've
Okay.
got the info up for it for the most part.
Okay.
Your DC
There
is
we go.
17 here.
I smashed it.
With a crit success, you'll be able to get the formula for only 1 gold in 2 days.
Okay.
I believe. Have a moment here. Check, just to make sure. Give me my stupid earn income page. Ooh, actually not true. It would take 3 days in total to make it only 1 gold, leaving you 1 day to do other things.
Okay. That's fine. I'll spend the 1 gold and then I'll craft them as normal, so I actually have some on hand.
Fantastic. So you'll get 1 day to begin crafting them, potentially even finish the whole thing if you're willing to spend full price.
We're making pretty good money. That might be worthwhile.
All right.
Yeah,
Go
let's
ahead
do it.
and
All right.
give me that crafting check. Good roll, not quite a crit success, so it is up to you whether you want to spend the 40 gold and get all 4 immediately, or spend 20 gold now and be in process.
I'll do that. I'll just spend now, just so I have them on hand.
40 gold and you get
In
4
case-
cauterizing torches.
In case anyone gets injured, or gets bleeding, I can stop it right away.
Yeah, alrighty.
And
Fantastic.
when I get a chance, I think I would approach a Kleegi and offer her one of my blast boots.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll take that.
There's one in the party stash right now.
Thank you.
Alright.
Seeing how you like to jump.
Well, as you guys weathered your first storm and make your way
You're so funny.
towards these ruins, finally arriving at the beach of the island you are being pointed to. The map, as far as you can tell, informing you that it is a bit ways off of the beach in the jungle. Not particularly far off, not like when you guys were going for the treasure of the Devil's Tide that took you multiple days in the jungle to reach there. This is probably within a day's journey to get without much issue. As you guys beach the ship, or actually probably leave it out in the water a bit and take some lifeboats in,
Yeah.
are there generally specific people from the crew you would say you're taking with you? They won't necessarily help in a fight or anything, but just who's coming with you as you explore this. You can almost consider this as like a reward for the people you like, who gets to come look for treasure.
Yeah. I mean, Ecclesia, of course, really likes sea spray, but also if the rest of the party is okay with it, bring Devil Lady.
Yeah, better to keep her close, I think.
Sure. You guys are thinking Sea Spray and Silver are coming along with you?
I don't know if Alistair wants Aiko to come with.
No, that's fine.
You don't want to invite Aiko with you? You saw at least 5 separate occasions on the trip here where Aiko was like peeking around a corner, especially at Lisbeth's arm that was like on your workbench off to the side.
I'm sure we've had conversations about what could be done with that.
Probably.
So
All right. As you guys step off your boat and begin to make your way inland, that's where we're going to end off for today.
Okay.
Thank you all so much for playing. I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you have won your first pirate battle at sea.
Yeah.
Taken your first heads and begun your own legend around the Shackles area. How it will progress, what allies or enemies you will make, is only see through the future. So, thank you all so much for playing. Hope you enjoyed. And I shall see you all next week.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much, Mr. Jericho.
Have a good
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
one.
Jericho. Bye bye.